He's not near Manny. He's not as good as Manny yet. Tell Bob to shut up.
Fight this is. I think that's it. I can't believe this. The cuts are too much. Homer has done it. He's retained the welterweight championship of the world. But the WBO, the corner of Crawford said no more. Oh, what a size. We take a look at another replay.
There you go. Jeff Horn was pushing him back. He was just starting to move through the gears and finish off this fight. Well, there you go. You see the uppercut come through and start to cause some damage and discomfort to Gary Corcoran. And then the corner had seen enough, and Benji Estevez.
I think Peter Stanley and Frankie Graves did the right thing, as it was apparent that that was about it.
So Jeff Horn got an impressive win over Cochran, or Cochran, whichever way you say it, who fought a tough fight, but eventually his corner threw in the towel. So we can't say he quit on the stool like Rigo, but actually it was a pretty good fight. Anyways, we now have Horn, who still has Pacquiao's WBO title. So who should he fight next? Horn seems to be confident that he can beat Terence Crawford at welterweight, which to me doesn't seem likely, but who knows? The judges gave him the victory over Pacquiao, so in boxing anything is possible. Let's jump over to Pacquiao for a minute. Obviously, we all know about the post where he tells McGregor to stay fit and he'll see him in 2018. Now, everyone is saying that this fight will not happen, including the UFC president, Dana White.
That would be weird because he's under contract with us. If that's true, I will be suing Manny Pacquiao and whoever's representing him. So, I'm assuming that's not true.
Which means that it seriously could happen. Now, I don't want to talk too much about that. As most people know, on a pure skill level, Pacquiao would probably murder McGregor within 3 rounds. However, Pacquiao realizes the skill differential and therefore could take it very easy on Conor, let him survive, and end up losing the card by the hands of the judges. So I really don't want to see that fight anyway. So back to reality. It's funny how Freddy Roach gets people's names messed up. Or no, when someone mentioned the name Conor, he heard Crawford and started talking about the reasons that they should not fight. They're different, from different generations. One's in the early 20s, one's nearly 40.
But not Conor. You wouldn't like that fight, or you would like that fight?
No. I mean, it's a very tough fight. It's going into different generations. You know, you have a 22-year-old kid and a 39-year-old guy. It's very difficult. Not that fight could happen though, because I know Bob wants it and he wants to like make a star out of the other person. And maybe.
No, I'm talking about Conor. Do you think that can happen? Is it realistic?
Oh,
I think you're thinking I was talking about Crawford or Lomachenko. Yeah, no, Conor.
Conor.
Do you want to see that fight, or you're like, nah, I'd rather not?
And the Bud fight should not happen. And this is very understandable, as we have seen recently boxing has turned into a 100% hobby for Pacquiao. He seems to wake up, do his Senate duties, then does some philanthropic activities. After that, then, gives out food or whatever. Then he's off to church, then some time with the family, and finally he heads to the gym where he hopes to prepare for a professional boxing match. Now, boxing is a serious sport, and Roach probably doesn't want to send Pacquiao into the ring against someone like Terence Crawford if he's only 10% prepared. But Pacquiao seems to understand that he can generate far more money in boxing than he can in anything else, so he is also able to help a lot more people by generating these big paydays, far more than just by working in the Senate or, with his other philanthropic activities or helping people get in good shape through the church or whatever he does. I'm not exactly sure all those things, but in any event, I do see Roach's point. He doesn't want to send him out there to get injured unless he is able to dedicate himself and come in 100% prepared. Now, the funny part is Roach does want Pacquiao to fight Lomachenko at 140 pounds.
I like that fight. I think that's one of the fights I would like to see Manny in at 140. Because Manny will be a better fighter at 40 than 47. I mean, Manny walks around at 38. He struggles to get to 47 for those bigger fights. But I would love to see Manny fight this guy. Give us one last hurrah. And, I mean, it'd be obviously a very, very difficult fight. Very young, explosive guy, and so forth. But I think if I get Manny to get out of the center for a little while and get some time to really bear down and train hard for this fight, I think it's a great fight. He hasn't surpassed Manny's career, Manny's run when Manny was knocking everyone dead yet. I mean, he still has some big fights to prove and some better opponents to prove that against, and so forth. Because when Manny was on his run, Manny was like, knocking out everybody at that time, and he had a lot better opponents than they're fighting right now. This guy needs to step up a little bit if he wants to be found the best fighter in the world. I think he has to step up and fight better opponents, because let's face it, Rigondeaux is just a 22-pounder, and he beat up a little guy, and it wasn't too hard for him. And Rigondeaux is a great fighter, yes, but the thing is, he is a little guy too. He's a 22-pounder at most.
Or Roach even says that Lomachenko should jump up and fight Crawford, since people are pushing Manny to fight Crawford. For some reason, Roach doesn't seem, I wouldn't say he's a hater, but he doesn't seem to be 100% convinced about Lomachenko.
Can Lomachenko be that explosive and beat those bigger, stronger guys? Because Manny went from 122 all the way to 154. I mean, and he beat all those guys. He's not near Manny. He's not as good as Manny yet. Tell Bob to shut up.
And further, Roach seems a little bit pissed off about Arum, who obviously is trying to use Pacquiao's name to catapult Bud into this super mega star. Anyways, it seems like the Pacquiao-Bud fight will not happen anytime soon. So who will Terence fight next? Horn or Earl Spence? Then we have Thurman also, who's sitting on the sidelines. I guess he had the elbow surgery or whatever, and he's made it clear that he needs a tune-up fight, which makes sense. I mean, I'm not sure how serious the surgery was, but he made it clear that he does not want to fight Spence anytime soon, or at least on his next fight. Anyways, this was kind of a scattered-brain video. I would just have always been a huge fan of the welterweight division, and it seems like there's a lot of potential for good fights. Curious to see your thoughts on what will happen in 2018. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Take care.
Mikey Garcia calls everyone out, so it doesn't really matter. He called Pacquiao out, he called Cotto out, he called everyone out. So, I mean, who do you really want to fight? Will he get in the ring with him? I don't think so.